Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of rawradianthealth.com, and I'm Natasha St. Michael, and thank you so much for joining me. So today's Monday, and I was sick all last week. This is the first time in, I would say, 5 or 6 years or even more, that I actually had a terrible flu and cold all at the same time. It was, just picture having every single symptom, from fever to headache to runny nose, coughing, sniffling, sneezing, and then like serious stomach issues all at the same time. I got hit so hard, and especially being right now I'm in Bali and it's hot, so I think there's something worse than being really sick, and then it's like 30 degrees out and it's rainy season, so it's hot, cold, and all over the place. So I am getting better now, and I decided, because since I went through this, give you guys a few tips on what you can do naturally to sort of ease through the symptoms and get through a cold or a flu. And because myself, I don't like to take any kind of medications, and I'd rather just do simple home remedies and just get through it. And one thing I do believe is that when you do get, certain viruses and different sicknesses, it's not always that bad, because a lot of times that will help to boost your immune system and also help to create immunity. So it's not always a bad thing to get sick. And sometimes our bodies are calling out saying, you know what? I need some time in bed. I need to chill out. I need to relax. I need some extra sleep. I need to be nourished. So listen to that, because the main thing to prevent any kind of illness is to take care of yourself and make sure you're getting a lot of rest, you're drinking good fluids, you're eating good food, and that you're also in good spirits, that you're not so stressed out and you're not run down and you're not overwhelmed, because those things do bring down your immune system and can make you prone to getting sick. But also at this time of year, especially for people living in North America and in Europe, this time of year, it's the winter time, drop of temperature, a lot of people get sick. They're indoors a lot, they're exchanging a lot of germs, things like that. I know for me, being in Asia right now, especially in Bali, it's the rainy season, so we're dealing with, every day big downpours, so a lot of the streets get flooded, and, a lot of illness gets just passed through walking through puddles every day, and then the temperature's so up and down. So these things happen. You can't guard yourself totally against the germs, and I don't recommend using any kind of antibacterial kind of creams, things like that can actually suppress the immune system, okay? So it can make actually things worse, and it's just not good to be using that stuff. Better to build your immunity from the inside through your food and through your lifestyle. So what happens when you do get sick? What happens when you get a flu or you get a cold? Well, the first thing is really to take it easy. Take time off work, take time off school if you can, try and really get that bed time in, that rest time where you're not overexerting yourself and you're doing as less as possible. It's a good time to get extra rest. Main thing too is that if you get like a fever or something, my suggestion is really to try and sweat out the fever. I find that's the best way of breaking a fever, and that can mean getting a bunch of blankets and wrapping yourself in it so that you're just kind of sweating it out and drinking a lot of fluids at the same time so you don't get dehydrated. That can really help to break a fever, okay? And that's one important thing, is to keep warm, especially when you're having a cold. It's your body, it's cold. There's a reason why it's called a cold. So you want to counter it by keeping warm, wearing extra layers if you can, maybe wear a scarf or a few sweaters, socks, things like that, and really just keep yourself sort of really kind of nurtured and warm and cozy, okay? And good time too to be in bed and just, if you can, maybe watch some movies, read a good book, and just get some sleep. The thing is also too, get a lot of fluids in, because that's what's going to flush all the germs and the illnesses and the viruses out of your system. And you don't want to get dehydrated a lot of times, especially when people have a fever or they're really congested, things like that, and they're losing fluids or sweating a lot. They don't realize how quickly they're getting dehydrated. So this is a great time to be drinking a lot of water, to be drinking herbal teas are great, to be drinking green vegetable juices are wonderful, and even too, if people eat cooked food, to have some sort of broth. I don't suggest with the broth to be buying like the pre-made stuff that you get in the container, or like a bouillon, like like condensed vegetable or chicken broth. It's better to make your own, just so that you can, there's a lot of salt and a lot of preservatives put into the pre-made broths, and when someone's sick, that's the last thing they want is to have so much salt. Especially, it's just not good. You really better to make your own and make like a big batch of it, and have soups, have savory soups, have warm soups, all that. Just the more liquids, the better. And also too, when you're sick, the last thing you want to be doing is digesting food. So the last thing you want to be doing is having heavy food. You really want to keep things like water rich and simple, and also just enough to nourish you. You don't need to be having so much because you're in bed. You're not moving around. You're not lifting things. You just a little bit, just to keep you hydrated and keep some nutrients coming in. So too, for a lot of people, a great thing to do is to fast. If you really are weak and you're tired and you really just don't have it even in you to do anything, then seize the moment and do either a restricted juice fast or do a water fast. That can help as well. That can also actually help speed up the healing process as well. Okay, and for me, I like to actually eat a lot of fruit when I feel really sick. Like, that's all I was eating for like a week. Fruit, that was it, and small amounts, just enough to sort of tie me over, especially because I was having a lot of stomach issues. It really just helped to settle my stomach a little. So, what else? Sore throat, okay, and swollen glands, itchy throat, and coughing. Best is eating lemons, okay? I prefer lemons over limes for this as well, so if you can only get limes, then that's fine, but if you can get lemons, eat the lemons. Don't put anything on the lemons, no sweetener, no nothing. Just cut up a lemon, bite into it, and suck out the juice and swallow it. If you actually have a citrus press, then I'd actually suggest juicing a few lemons and sipping it and really letting it go down your throat, because what happens is the citric acid in the lemons will actually kill off the bacteria. And this is great for people that have coughs, sore throat, itchy throat, or they're having a lot of sort of nasal, sort of sinus drip in the back of their throat, and that will help to clear out a lot of mucus as well. It is my #1 favorite home remedy. Anytime I have a sore throat or anything, start eating lemons. And it just really also, as well, it's a good source of vitamin C too, which helps with a lot of cold symptoms. And then I guess the last thing is just take care of yourself, take it easy, get some rest, and really just use this as an opportunity. Like, I actually, I rarely get sick ever, like over the years, but when I do, it's kind of like, okay, my body's telling me I need to slow things down and to do nothing. And I look at it like it's a good opportunity, just to get back to me. And also, I think it's frustrating getting sick, really frustrating, because you do want to go and do things, and you realize, how much you take your health for granted. That for me, it always sort of reconfirms just how much I want to take care of myself and not get sick again. So use this as an opportunity to redetermine that you will take care of yourself, and and maybe use a little time to sit down, write some of your health goals down, so that after you get well, everything's going to be good, and you're going to be enjoying and seizing your health and happiness even more. All right, so I'm wishing you guys a fabulous day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.